Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach Spring Boot with React full stack development project step by step. First, let us show the demo first. So this is the customer detail. Here you can see the simple form. This form you will be able to register the customer. Right. Now I am going to make a new customer registration. So I'm going to add the new customer John, address India, mobile number. I'm going to type something like that. Click register button. Employee registration successfully. Click OK. Now you can, once you register the employee, here you can see the table. You can see the details will be displayed on the table below. You can see the table details, right? Now here, if you want to edit the record, click edit button. Record will be displayed on the form. You will be able to edit the record here. Now if you want to change the record, customer name John, I'm going to change it as Peter, John Peter. If you wish to change the country address as well, so you type USA. At this time, update. Click update, registration update. Now the same time you can see here at the table you can see the record has been changed. Okay, the record has been changed. What you change on the form, it will be changed. Now if you want to delete the record, here we have a next to the edit button another button which is a delete. If you click delete, employee delete successfully. Here, perfect, right? Here the form of all the things are clear, right? So how to do this system step by step we'll teach. After complete the backend, we have to connect the front end. So backend, we are using the Spring Boot. How the Spring architecture work, I already upload the video. If you are not watched the video, you just go in my video description. I have give the link. You just click and watch it. So as a brief, I have explained over here. When the request is coming from the front end will be passing the request to the controller. Controller is the person who passing the request to the service. Service will be passing the request to the repository. Repository is the part which communicate with the database and get back the data. Okay, the repository is the part which will be communicated with the database. This is the simple scenario how the Spring Boot architecture works. Okay, this I have explained deeply. You just go and click and watch it. Okay, this based on this scenario, I have make my Spring Boot application. So let's go to the Google and type create the Spring Boot application. You have to type Spring Initializer. It goes to the respective website over here. Click on this link. It goes to the respective website. Here you have to configure your project. Here project. Here you have to select as Maven. Project you have to select as Maven. Here Maven. Language Java. Spring Boot. You have to select as a default is 3.0.0. Okay, default we have to leave it as it is, but no problem. Okay, let's see, select this one. Below version we will select. Okay, 2.7.6, right? Now here we have to give the group. So we have to give here over here. We have to write example here, right? Spring Crate. Demo also you have to give Spring. You have to write Spring Angular project, right? Now here we have to give jar over here. So jar, if you want, you can here. This is how your package has created. Com Spring Crate Spring Angular, right? You can give any name. You can give here instead of here project. You give project. Chrome project. Here it's this how your package has been created. If you want, you will be able to create, write a description as well. Okay, this how your package has been com project Spring Angular. So group name. This is the your project here Spring Angular, right? The package I'm going to select a jar version. You select as Java 8. Java 8 is a stable version. in Java program. Okay, stable version you have to select as Java 8. If you are not touched the if you are not installed Java 8, you must install Java 8. Java is the it is a stable version. Okay. After that, I'm going to go to add the dependencies. So I'm going to go to add the dependency. First is web. It will be communicate with the RESTful API. After that, I'm going to add another dependency, which is a JPA, which will be right in the SQL queries. It will be right in the SQL queries. Okay. After that, you have to write the MySQL, which will be communicate. This is my database. Okay. These three dependencies I have to download them. Web, JPA, MySQL. These three dependencies, very important stuff. Right now, after done all the stuff, click generate. Now your zip file is generated successfully. Right click, show in folder. So this is the project. You are just cut this one here. I'm going to make my project directory as F. Right click, paste it. I'm going to zip file, extract files. You have to right. After that, if you are not install the IntelliJ IDEA, you have to install the IntelliJ IDEA. This is a professional editor which write the Spring Boot application. Okay, you must download the IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, so I already installed it, right? IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, so after done the stuff, you have to import your project, right? So go to the file. Here you have to write open. I have created my project. It's inside the F drive. Its name is Spring. What's the name you have created? Spring Web, right? Spring Angular, right? Spring Angular. Here, this is the project. Not open like this. You have to expand here. This is the folder. Okay. Don't open here. Okay. Inside, if you have expand it, inside here, there is a folder which is a Spring Angular. You can see here. Inside the project also, there is a folder. It will be created. Here also, click and OK. You have to open, preview the safe mode. Trust project, new window. Okay. This is how we have to open the project in your IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, it will be configured and successfully imported your project in IntelliJ IDEA. Very simple. This is the first thing you must do it. Okay, here you have to wait until all the Maven dependencies and all the things you have to it complete. It will be completed. Okay, you have to wait until the dependencies get installed. Okay, don't close anything else. It will be configuring your all the dependencies in the pom.xml file. This is a very important file in the Spring Boot application, pom.xml file, which will be include all the dependencies. Okay. After install your dependency, you have to expand the project. You can see the pom.xml. Here we are. You can see all the dependency what you are installed. Here, when you configuration the project, you have to select web, MySQL connector, and JP. All things are there. Right. Now, first go to the SRC folder. This is SRC main Java. Here you can see here this is the main class of Java. This is the main class. Public static main. Okay, this is the main class. Right. So inside the resources, application dot properties, here we have to connect the port and everything you have to configure over here. Right. These things we have to study in few minutes. Now let's back to our main package. This is a main package. Inside the main package we have a main class. Now select the main package. The main package is reside on where? Inside the SRC folder, main Java package. This package I'm going to create the new package. Select the package and here I'm going to create the package. This one as a customer controller. Press enter key. Your package has been created. I'm going to go to create another package. This one should be the customer repo. After I'm going to create another package, which is a DTO. And the package which is a, this all the package will be created. Okay. Entity. You have to create the project entity. Create another package which is a service. 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 Right. We have pick up, we have create all the packages. Perfect. Now first, I'm going to start my project in controller. Right? Controller. So we have to create a class. Right click new class customer controller. Class I'm going to create the class which is a customer controller class I have created. Right? This is the thing we have to do it first. Right. Now first what I'm going to do is here you have to add the annotation. It's a REST controller because we have to communicate with the RESTful API front end to back end. It's called as RESTful API. You have to write a REST controller here. If you write at, you can press right R, press letter. It asks the properties. You have to select the REST controller over here. It implement the imports. After that, I'm going to import the another thing is a cross origin. Cross origin. After that, we have to import another thing is a request mapping. Request mapping. Right. This annotation is must. This is the request mapping where we have do all the request. Get request, post request, patch request, all things with request mapping. It handles the order request. So here, so all the request handled by, you have to give the URL over here. So you have to write in professional way. You have to write app API. You have to write like this. The version 1. Here custom. You have to write like this. This is a professional way to write. Okay. This is a professional way to write. When the request is coming, you have to write like this. Custom, this is the customer. Version 1, you have to write like this. Here you have to write the, when the post request slash post. But the get request, right? So this all things are handling by in Spring Boot very simply get mapping, post mapping, this all the things are it will be done. Right. Now first what I'm going to do is I'm going to here write save data. So first I'm going to do the method which is a post mapping. When you save data, you have to write the post mapping. Efficient, we have to write the path. You have to write here inside the double quotation. You have to write save method. Right, save method. Here you have to write there. You have to write public. You have to write the method string save customer. Save customer. Here you have to write request body. So that the request body, you have to import that alt press enter key. This error go away. After that, you have to write here customer. So that customer save. Customer save. Customer, you have to write instead of customer DTO. You write customer DTO. Here you write customer DTO. You have to write here customer DTO. You have to write it simply. You have to write like this. Simply you have to write like this. Okay, that's the thing. You have to write like this. After that, you have to open and close brackets. Right. We haven't created the ATO. That's why it will be show the error. Okay. So you have to click on this one. This will create the class. Okay. So we have to create the class. That's then the error go away. No problem. We'll be do it right. So after that, what you're going to do is I'm going to go to the entity first. First, I'm going to go to the entities, right? So entities, I'm going to create all the entities over here. So first, right click, new class, this class I'm going to say customer. It's a customer class. You have to create the entities, right? Customer class. First, you have to define the table name which is in your database. I have created the table name, which is I'm going to create a table name equal customer. This table annotation or press enter key, it will implement the table, right? So after that, what you're going to do is you have to write here, you have to specify the columns. I need customer ID, name, address, mobile. So you have to write specify the column name. So you have to write private. So write private customer int customer ID in customer ID. You write customer ID. You have to write your the same thing, control C, copy, control V. This one should be the string customer name after that mobile number also I'm going to create private int mobile. You have to write like simply you have to create three variables. Okay, you have to create three variables, right? Now what you're going to do is these three variables I'm going to do it. You have to set the get and set method, constructor, all the things you have to import. So right click here or here, generate customer. You have to import these three customers. Hold on shift key down, import all, click OK. Or they have to create the empty constructor as well. So select here, right click, generate constructor, select non-constructor. Okay, this is non-constructor. After that, I'm going to create get and set method. Right click, generate. You have get and set method, getter and setter. We import this get and set method. All then the shift key down, select all things. Here, right, what is the things? Here I have a mistake, one mistake. You have to remove them. Again, we have leave one field. We need customer ID, customer address also I haven't given. Customer address. Right, perfect. Okay, I have forgot this one. Right. Now let's right click. Now you generate constructor. We have to create the parameters constructor first. After that, empty constructor. Right click, refactor. Generate constructor, which is empty constructor. After that, we have to generate the get and set method. So right click, generate get and set method, select all, okay. After that, we have to write the method which is string. Right click, so right click, generate. Here right you have to select the toString method, select all the properties, okay. This is all the things you need to create. Okay, perfect. Right, this one things is perfect. Right. After that, what you are going to do is I'm going to go to these things. I'm going to do all the things in the, you have to separate this one. You have to put the data type, all the things here, the table name, all the things, auto generate, all the stuff you have to define over here. Only the code part. So at ID, you have to write ID, you have to write column, you have to create the column in your database, you have to write like this. Customer ID. You have to create the column as customer ID. Comma length 50. What is the length as 50? You have to or press enter key and okay, value, so not value, you have to write name. This one the name, not value, it's name, right? The column name, right? The same thing. We have to do the another thing is that this is the customer name as a generated value, auto generated value. So you have to write the another annotation. You have to import that. All things I work as a annotation. Generated value. You have to write strategy. equal generate type auto. You have to implement this one. Perfect. After that, you have to write the another column which is a customer name. The same column you have to copy this one. It's a customer name. Third one, this one should be a length. You have to specify the same length. No problem. This thing should be address. You have to write address also 60. Customer name. This column should be address. After that, you have to write another column. You have to create as mobile. The same thing. You have to copy it. This column in your database mobile. Character 12 you write. Okay, so here these are the column names in your database table. Okay, this is your entity data, right? This is your database table. This column means a database. It reside on the database columns. Okay, this is a professional way to you have to write the application. Okay, when you do the programming, you have to do the with profession. This is how you have to do the profession, right? After that, what you're going to do is, I'm going to go to create the DTO as well. Select the DTO, right click, DTO class. So the class, this one should be you have to write as you have to write a DTO class. You have to create as customer DTO. Press enter key. Now your DTO has been created successfully. Now what you are going to do is here, I'm going to copy this the entity. It's all things only that copy these things. Back to your DTO, paste it over here. We don't need this column names, all the things. It's just we have to sending the data. The data is sending to the DTO. Right. So this all things you have to build. Only the DTO we have to build. Only the this data will be, you have to pass it over here. Here also we have to write the get and set method as well. So DTO also we have get and set method. So how to pass it? First you have to right click, generate constructor, or then shift key in, import all the constructor. This is a parameter constructor. After that we have to write another thing is a right click, generate constructor none. After that, you have to write another thing, get and set method. Right click, generate get and set method. Select all the things. Import this one. After that, you have to write right click. You have to write generate. You have to write toString method. Select all the things. Right. Perfect. Now the thing is perfect. Now working perfect. Now what you are going to do is, let's back to the controller again. Right. Now we done all the time. We have to import the DTO over here now. Or press enter key. Now your DTO is imported over here. This all the your DTO. This all your DTO here. It will be imported into your controller DTO. This DTO. This what happen is, this all the things, customer ID, customer name, address. This all the fields will be. If you are right like this, get body customer customer DTO, it all getting this object, right? This is how we have to do the programming perfectly. This is an efficient way to do the programming, right? Now what you are going to do is here, I'm going to create a string ID equal, so right, customer service, the controller which communicate with the, where it will be communicated service here. Okay, so we have right, we didn't. Now here we have to, let's back to our service class. So service, I'm going to create two things. First is a right click, new. Here first you have to create the interface class. You have to create the interface, which is a you have to write customer service. This is interface. How does you have to create a class inside here? Class, you have to write customer service IMPL. Right. You have to create two things, class and IMPL. Right. Perfect. Now here this is the customer interface. This is a class, IMPL class. This is an interface implementer class. Now let's go to the controller. Now here I'm going to create the auto here. Here we have to access the controller service. So we have to write AutoWare annotation. AutoWare. Right. Here we have to write. You have to write private customer service. Customer service. You have to write customer service. You have to write. Right. Now here we have to write this customer service. You have to call it over here. Customer service. I am going to create the method which is the add customers. Add customer. Add customer. Here you have to write customer. This one. Customer DTO. Here you have to write customer DTO over here. Right. Perfect. You have to get the data. You have to pass in the data. All the when you save the data, this all the data we have the customer DTO here. This all the data is coming. Okay. Right. So it will be passing here. The add customer. The add customer method. You have to write here return ID. After that, after add the record, you have to return the ID. Return ID. Right. Now here, this method I am going to create it in our create the method in the service. Okay. Here it automatically here. If you write like this, customer service here. If you write like this, it automatically this method will be created there. It will be created. Service. Perfect. The method will be created in the service. Okay. Now what you are going to do is after that you have to write the customer service IMPL implements. You have to get the implements keyword which implements the customer service. Right? It's not a task to import the implement methods. You have one method which is add customer. Perfect. Okay. Now you have an idea. When you save the record, it passes the records to the service. Okay. This DTO, this all the fields. Okay. Now it's coming from the come to here. You call in the service. Service as at the created the method which is at customer. It passing the IMP. Here we have to write the code here. Right here, write the code. Right. So here first what I'm going to do is here. So write simply. We write over here. Now here what I'm going to do is here you can see here customer DTO. Now I'm going to add the records. Add the record. You can see here in our DTO we have a four variable you have created, right? ID should be auto increment. So what I'm going to do is instead of that simply the DTO I'm going to create two different DTO. It's very simple, right? So one is for the customer save purpose, another one for customer update purpose. For select the DTO package, right click, new. Here I'm going to create a class which is a customer save DTO. Second class I'm going to create, select the package, right click, new, customer update DTO. We have created two different DTO. Okay, customer two different DTO. Here what I'm going to do is the same thing. I copy and paste it. Nothing do it here. Here just copy this all the things what you are doing here. Okay, just copy and paste inside this DTO. Save DTO. Right? Only thing you have to paste it over here. Here we have to change this one as a customer DTO. Only thing we have to all thing you have to make it all thing as customer DTO. Only the thing we have to do it. The save part we no need the ID, so we have to remove the ID. Okay, we no need the ID save part. Okay, we have to when you save the record, this record is coming here, so we no need the ID at the moment, right? So we no need the ID, right? Only the save part, right? So after the update part we need ID. So here this is the main DTO file. So I'm going to copy it again, paste it over here inside this class. Here we need ID, only with the class name you have to change it. This is our constructor. It's a blank constructor. On the class name you have changed it as a this one should be the update. Okay, when you update the record we need ID. When you save the record we no need a ID. Okay, we no need a ID. Okay, customer save. That's it. Rid of here. This one also we don't need the ID. Here this also ID also I add a get and set method also ID is there. We don't need the ID. Right? Though here also we don't need the ID. You get this line we have to remove it. We remove the things. Okay. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Perfect. Now that's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is now if you save the record here, if you create the two different customer save DTO, update DTO, it's very professional, very simple. Have to make the program. If you are creating instead of that one DTO, it is very professional. Go to the customer controller. Here we have saved the record. So how to save the record? We have to use which DTO? Earlier we used customer DTO. Instead of that, we have used the customer save DTO. So how to write this one here? Customer save DTO. Customer save DTO. Here also we have changed this one as a customer save DTO. Perfect. Right. Now this object we have to pass it over here. Right? Pass it over here. Here, this is not error. It has to migrate this one. You have to change it as this customer DTO, customer save DTO. So this function is goes where customer service. Customer service also we have to change this one as a customer save DTO. Customer save DTO. So customer save DTO. This one also customer create the object as customer save DTO. Customer save DTO. That's it. Okay, so here one problem here. This one customers save DTO. Wow, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the our class. So here what I'm going to do is it has to change this one. Here you have to interface. We have to change this one as a customer save DTO. Customer save DTO. Right now the error go away. Here this one has to implement the customer save DTO. Perfect. Okay, we have changed it. Simply we have changed everything. Okay, earlier we linked as customer DTO. Instead of that, we have to create two different DTOs, customer save DTO and update DTO. It's very simple. So that I have create instead of one, if you create separate two things, it's very simple to we complete the project. Perfect. Right? Follow the instruction. It's very simple instruction I given. After that, we have to create the object customer. You have to write the customer. Customer means this is the entity. This which is the entity. This entity means this is the entity. Customer entity class. You have to create the object customer equal new customer. Here inside here, what I'm going to do is we have to call the service. Okay, service means customer save DTO. Here, this one. Customer save DTO. Copy and paste it over here. You have to get a get and set method. What are the things we need? Customer save DTO, you can see. Now this time the properties ID is not available. So we remove the ID. So here only we have three fields: get mobile, get customer name, get address. So first here we have to store this customer name, comma. Second one I'm going to control C copy, control V to paste over here. This one should be customer DTO. Get customer address, comma, customer save DTO dot get customer mobile. That's it. Get customer mobile. What is the problem we have? Get customer mobile. Okay. Now here what I'm going to do is you have to close it. After this is not an error, it asks to implement the signature. String int. So this one should be the string, this one should be the string, it should be the string. Okay, so you have to change this one. Click on the signature. So you have to these are the three things you are going to add into our database table. Okay, so here it asks the signature, so we need only three things. Right, ID should be auto increment. Right, perfect. That's the thing you have to do. Here we have to return. Now you have to return. Before that, I have created the customer repo. Here we have to write the queries. Okay, so we have right click. I'm going to create the repo. Repo as a interface. You have to write customer repo. Right. Right. Now here first we have to add the annotation enable JPA repository. Second one I'm going to implement the repository. Right. Now here what I'm going to do is here repo extend. You write the JPA repository. Here we have to write pass the customer entity integer. You have to give this integer mean this is the primary key. You have to set the primary key. Customer is the entity. Okay. The finally after the service we have to pass the records to where DTO. DTO is a path which will be communicated with the database. So that's why I finally have created the DTO. So sorry, repo. Okay, repo. You have to create this one. Okay, this method has lot of option. Okay, we find all the things it will be right. Okay, so inside this method, right. So now what I'm going to do is now here, if you go inside this method, you can see here list, find all the methods you will be able to see. Repo. It has a predefined methods here. All down the control key down and click here, you will be able to see all the whatever method here. So all things reside here. If you want to search the employees, insert the employee, all things done here. The JPA repository. Okay, we have to first send this one here. This one here, it's working like this. You have send this one. This all things are send it through here. Yeah, repo is coming here. Do the operation. It sending the record to the database and insert the record into the database. Right. That's the thing you have to do. After that, what I'm going to do is let's back to our customer. Back to our customer service. Now here, after that, I'm going to here to AutoWare as a repo. So you have to write AutoWare. So type here private customer repo. Right. Now here we have get this repo. So right here dot save this customer here to add it over here. That's the thing here, right? After add the records, you write here return customer, this customer dot get customer name. That's it. Simply we have to do the things, right? Very simple. This how we have to save the record into the database. Very simple. So let's see how to do the task. After that, let's go to the inside the resources folder. We have a file called application.properties. Here where this code I just copied and paste it over here, right? So here in this code we have specified the port which running your application. This is the port which running your application, right? So if you want, you will be able to change the port. Here this is the first time you have to create the database. Here the database here. What is the database you have to create? You have to write string JPA hibernate. You have to create. Here the MySQL. The driver will be the MySQL driver. You have to write com MySQL. This is the new version of MySQL driver. This is the path where your database is resided. Okay. This is the port where your database running. This is your database name, which is a GMS code. Whatever name you can give the database name over here, right? So this is a root. Username password is root. I have set as username root, password as root while I installing the MySQL workbench. So you must install the MySQL workbench. Okay, so here the MySQL workbench I already installed. You have to install them. Okay, while installing, what the username you have given, the same username and password you have give here, right? Right. That's the only thing you have to do. This is the JPA config. This is all the things you just copy and paste this course, right? Simple stuff. Now let's run the application and check that save all things we save. Now let's open the Postman and first we will be checking on the Postman. This is the post request. Okay, so how the request is going, I'll be show the flow. It is the service. This one should be the save method. When the save method is called, it goes to the service. Service will be passing to where? Service will be passing to IMPL. Okay, service will be passing to IMPL. IMPL, you have to write over here the one thing is service. That annotation we forgot to write the annotation is must. Annotation is must. Okay, right. That's how the working. This one should be the passing to where? Repo. Repo is communicate the database and add the record into the database. Right. Now let's save. Save. Now what I'm going to do, let's go and check it the entity. So entity also we have to we have forgot to return the entity. This one should be the our entity class. The annotation I have forgot it. Right. This is the thing you have to do. You have to do. This is the port where it's running. If you want, you can change the port. Whatever port you can change. Now I'm going to change the port like this. Right. Now let's run. Okay. The port you will be the annotation is must while running the application. Now you can see the application is running. The table is creating here. The table is creating here. Your new table is creating. Right. Your application is running successfully. You can get the message. Now what I'm going to do is will be tested into our Postman. Now here we have to write the URL. Out the right URL, we have to write the URL like this. Just copy it here. I just go to here. We have to write. What is the port? The port will be 4. HTTP localhost 4 API. This one running like this. So tested like this. Controller API version customer. You have to call the method which is a save. Okay. Now here in our body we have to type something. Your body row you have to type the JSON format. So here how to done the here. Right, something I just change it as our program. Right, this sorry, not here, this one. Right here, this is our program. Here, this one name. I'm going to change the name here as what is the name? Here Peter. Right here address. I'm change it as India. Phone number. Phone number mobile. What is the field we have typed? But give the correct one, then only it will work. Mobile, not phone number, mobile. You write like this. Now let's click save send button. See here, it's working. If it is 1 min, it's working. Now you can see here in the database whether it's server or not. This is your database. The database you have to click here data source. Here you can see here rights coder in Spring Boot application. So IntelliJ ID here database here data source. You have to select the database as MySQL. Okay, localhost, the username root, password root, you will be able to see here. What is the database we have created? Or if you have forgot it, you have to see here again. GMS code. This database, GMS code. Again, I'm going to go here. Select the plus mark. Data source, MySQL. Root. Database name, GMS code. Apply. OK. This is how we have configured the database. Okay. Right. This is your database DMS code. You can see the inside the customer table is created. You double click on the customer table. What is the data? What is this? All things are put null. Customer ID, address, mobile number. Let's go back. Here, data adding null. What you have to do is here, go to the entity. Here, what I'm going to do is the problem is here. This one, I'm going to remove it. because the data is adding via the entity, right? The service IMPL, you can see here the three: customer name, address, and mobile number. It comes the DTO here, this parameter. So I'm going to remove it, and again I'm going to create. So I'm going to create generate constructor. I need only three fields. Hold on the shift key down and select these three fields. Click OK. Now it will be created. Because early it will be blank. That's why it will be on for. Right here it will be blank. What I did here is, here this one IFPL, I just implement the signature only. But the data will be blank earlier. Okay, you can see if you undo it, you can see here it's blank. That's why record is not added. So if you are right click, generate constructor, I need this three fields, we have to add it. Now we're coming to the data over here. Now let's run the application, check. Okay, if you get the error, something in Spring Boot null, you have to test it. You can come and test. So all the constructor include here, the data is set or not. If the data is not set, the error will be displayed. Right. Now I'm going to add the same data, sending. Sorry, it won't. Right, it's still running. That's right. Now it now is right now it's okay. Now it's click sending. Now you can see Peter will be added. Right, perfect. Now let's go to the database and check. Now you can go and database and check. Okay, this one table. Now refresh it. Now you can see India Peter is added. Right. Now let's do the retrieve the data from the database. So I'm going to go to the customer controller. This is a controller. We are starting from the controller. You see here. Here I'm going to create another mapping. That is a get mapping. If you get the data, you have to use the get mapping. So you paste it over the same thing instead of writing again. Only the thing you have to change here is this is a get mapping. That's it. The path, get all customers. Get all customers. Right, get all customers. When the request is coming, this get all customers. Right. Now here public, this one should be there. We have to give right here is a list. Okay, you have to pass a list. So you have to write the list over here. Public, this one should be the list. If you are get the reason, you have to write list. Okay, you have to import the list. Okay, then only it will be added the list table. Right, so here list. The list request. Here we have a list. What you're going to do is, here we don't need them. I'm going to list. We have to call the DTO. DTO is the where data is loaded. So customer DTO, that's the DTO we have added. The method we have to write it here is get all customers. Get all customers. Right, that's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay. Now you have to write this one here. List customer DTO. Customer DTO. All customers equal all customer equal. You have to write customer service dot get all customers. Here we have to customers. You have to return these all customers. Right, perfect. Now here you can see when the request is coming from like this, we have to load the customer details. So here what I'm going to do is, here the get all customer, we have to create it on the service. So how to create? Select here. This is the efficient way to do the program. Click here, create the method is service class. Here service class, the method is created successfully. Now here one problem, this is this create class. You click here. Here also implement the methods. Here very simple. DTO. Okay, now here implementation. Here you have to retrieve the record from the database. So how to retrieve the customer data from the database? So here we have write here list customer DTO, all the customers. So here we have to write list. You have to write list. You have to write list customers. This customer get customers equal customer repo. This is the query we have written. Customer repo. All the query should be managed by the customer repo. Dot find all. The find all method will be, I already show, the find all method will be reside on JP. Here, hold on the control key and you can click over here. Here, the find all the method will be there. So that we have to call the repo. Okay, you have to understand first. That is must. Understanding the must. Okay, get all customer, right? So back here, again draw here, find all. Now you have write list. You have to write the DTO. Okay, this one should be the customer entity. We have to add the records. Here DTO is record is coming via the DTO. Okay, customer DTO. Customer DTO. Customer DTO. Here you have to write customer DTO list. You have to write customer DTO list. Create it. Write customer DTO list equal new array list. Array list. Here you have to create the for loop for customers. You create the object customer object a something colon. So write the for loop get customers. Okay, customer, this is the entity is customer get customers, right? This customer. Okay, now you have set it here, this all the data, set it here in the DTO. So we have to write the customer DTO dot, it will create customer DTO equal new customer DTO. You have to this object customer DTO. This here we have to pass this one this a dot get customer ID. We need all the records. Customer ID, comma a dot get, sorry, a dot get customer name, comma a dot get customer address, comma a dot mobile get mobile. Right, perfect. Right, now here we have to close it. Now here we have to write here customer DTO list dot add, the right customer DTO. Pass it over here. That's the thing you have to write. Right? After that, you have to return this customer list. That's it. Right? That's the simple code you have to write. Instead of creating the simple code you have to write. So here the first you have to load the entities. Entities where this one customer and customer. This entity where record is added into the database via the entities. DTO, the record is coming via the DTOs. This is the DTO. Record is coming. You have to write a customer DTO, the common DTO. You have to get it. So here you have to create the object. This one. So here what I did here is customer DTO have create the object this. Okay. So this all the data we have to add it into the this list to add into customer DTO. Right? It will return. Okay. So this is how we are passing the data. This is the passing the data into the customer means this entity. This all the data we have set it and passing to the customer entity, right? The entity will be passing it as via repo. Okay, so that's how the process works. Now let's test it. Save all, run the program again, stop and run. Right, it's working here. Now let's test that. This time the request is coming from this one. Get all. Select this one. Back it over here. Get all customers. This one, this time this is a get method. Send it. Here only the Peter record should be there. Only one record is there. It will be displayed. Perfect. The get method will be working perfect. Okay, get all the custom details. Now let's go to do the another thing is update. Right? So update. Now let's back to our Spring Boot application. I'm going to go to the update part. Update part also. What you're going to do is same thing. Copy it, paste it over here instead of writing. Okay, it's very simple. You have to write like this, you have to maintain like this. Very simple. So we have the post method. This also we have this post method. So update. Update. Right. Here also string. Here also update customer. Request body. Here right. This one should be the entity. What is the entity you have created? Customer update. So you have to change this one as a customer update. Customer update. DTO. Here we have to write simply customer update it. That's it. Simple. Now here what I'm going to do is, now here we have to update the record. So we have to write a service. Service as a method we have to create here as update. Update. We have to create the method. Update customers. Simply you have to create the method customers. Okay, we have to write this one. This DTO object you have to pass it over here. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. After that, what you're going to do is here, this update method, you have to create the create method inside here, customer service. Right? Now here's one problem. You click on this one. Here you have to import the implement methods. Click OK. The method will be imported successfully. Perfect. The thing is perfect. Now what I'm going to do is here. Let's now here first what I'm going to do is here first what I'm going to do is update customer. You have to write first. You have to write if customer repo. Where's the customer repo? Customer repo dot there's an exist method. The customer record is exist. You have to check exist by the ID. Customer update DTO is customer update DTO dot get customer ID. You have to check it. Right? You have to check it. Now here right open and close bracket. Right now here we have right customer dot get the object customer equal you have to communicate the customer repo. Where's the customer repo? Here we have to write the coriander. Right? It's managed by the repo. Get ID. Get ID. Customer update. This customer update you have to pass it over here. Update. You have to pass it over here. Customer update. Customer update DTO dot get customer ID, right? Customer ID. You have to pass it the customer ID if the customer is exist. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the details for update. So customer, this customer, this is the entity, customer entity is object here the customer dot. You have to set customer name here update request. Come here, this one update DTO dot get customer name. Same thing, control C to copy, control V to paste over here. This one should be set customer address DTO dot get customer address. Sorry, this one set customer address. Sorry, customer address. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to type here customer dot set customer get set customer mobile. Here right customer DTO dot get customer mobile. That's it. We have done the stuff. That's the thing we have to write over here. Right. Now here, what I'm going to do is here we have to write customer repo. You write the repo. Here we have to save all the details. So save function. Here also save, not update function. Save. Okay, the customer. This customer is saved. It will be updated. Perfect. See any problem? You have to write else. You have to write stout. You have to write SOUT. You have to write here customer ID doesn't exist. Do not exist. Do not exist. If the ID is found only, it will be work. If the ID is not found, it won't work. Right? That's the thing. It will be working. That's it. Now here also else if close it. Here you have to write. Here after that you have to write return null. That's it. Perfect. Right? The thing is perfect. Right. What are things? Right. Thing is perfect. That's it. Okay. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Let's go back here. This time this is what is the request is coming. Go to the controller. Request is coming. Update. The record is coming update. The same thing. Here you write the body tag. Here you change update. Which customer I am going to update? This customer I am going to update. What's the customer ID? It will be 1. I'm going to update the customer ID 1. So here what I'm going to do is here customer this same customer ID. I'm going to copy paste it over here. This should be 1. I will change the Peter S India just like put change something else. Right? Here write update method. Here also I'm going to change this one as a here write this one as a post method. Click here. Here customer update. There's a sorry, we haven't run the program. That's the problem. We haven't run. We already done the things, but I haven't run it. So we haven't run it. First you have to run. Okay, then only the update is working. We haven't run it. Right. That's why it telling there is no URL found. Right. Now it's okay. Now let's test it. Click send. It's 1. 1 means well, let me go back to our database and check whether it's working fine or not. Our database is where? It's a database customer. Here it's working. Here it's working. Peter S India is it's working. Perfect. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the CRED operation. The final thing is a delete record. Delete record. We have to delete the record. So we have to use the API which is a delete mapping. So here the same API, this one mapping at close. This one, if you are delete the record, you have to write the delete it. Delete. You have to delete mapping. There is an annotation which is a delete mapping. In Spring Boot here, it's simple. You have to assign the annotation. Delete mapping here. When the request is coming, write like this. Delete. You have to delete customer. Here you have to delete customer. You have to write slash ID. You have to write ID. What's the ID you are coming here? Record will be deleted. Okay, delete that. Right now here we have to write this one should be delete customer. Delete customer. Here we have to get the ID. So how to get the ID? This one we have a we no need them. You have to write path variable, you have value ID. This one should be int ID. Now you have to write this one to be boolean delete customer. So write like this equal customer service where we have to delete the record. It will be delete. You write delete customers, customer ID, customer, delete customer, here write ID, return deleted. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Now this method I am going to create. So select this one, click here. The method is created via customer service. It will be created here. You can see it is created. Now what you are going to do is we have to this method we have to implement it to IMP. Here this one you have to import it into where it will be imported into the IMPL class, right? So we have to click and import it, right? Now here where I have to do the delete part. So here what I'm going to first you have to check whether this customer is exist or not. Okay, so first you have to write customer repo dot exist by ID. This ID you have to write customer repo. You have to write customer repo dot delete by ID. Delete by ID. Right. Delete by ID. Right. Else what you're going to do is customer ID. Stout you have to write stout customer ID not found. Customer ID not found. Found. Right. It's written true. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Perfect. Right? Perfect. Now let's save wall. How to check this one as when the request is coming this, right? Delete customer ID. Back to my postman. Here, you have to paste it over here. Delete customer. This one should be ID. What is the ID you are typing? It record will be this. ID1. Okay, what is the mapping? You have to select as delete mapping. Okay, now you have to run the project. Okay, you have to run the project again. If any mistakes, it will be working. Okay, it's running perfectly well without any error. Now let's click send. Delete it. Now it's working perfectly well. Now it's working perfectly well. Now my backend part is working perfectly well. Now let me do the front end part as Angular. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we completed the backend part. In this class, I'm going to talk about the front end part using the Spring Boot application, which is Angular. So we have to create the separate folder, which is a Spring Cred. Whatever name you can give the project name. Inside this folder, I'm going to put into my this one. This project folder, I'm going to put it. Cut here and paste here. Right. This is a complete backend part. I'm going to paste it over here. Now here the simple this folder, inside this folder we have create a new folder which is a front end part. Now I'm going to work with the React. It's a front end application. Go to my project directory. Here, this is your project. This is your backend application. Here I'm going to install my front end application as a React. So go to the respective website. Get started React. It goes to the respective website. Here you go. Click on this first link. Here you can click the left hand side, create a new app, new React app. Otherwise here you can have a link, create a new app. If you click here, it directly go to the installation part. So here you come below. Here you can see here how to create the new app. They explain. You have to type the command npx create react app my app. Here where you can specify the name of the app. What's the name you are going to give? I'm going to give here as front end. So what I'm going to do is the same code. I just copy it back to my project directory. Here type cmd. It open up the command prompt. What you copied, you paste it. Here only things I'm going to do it here. Front end app. That's it. Press enter key. Now you have to wait until the React app installation completed. Now here you can see here React installation is completed. Now what I'm going to do is here you can see inside the folder front-end app, it will be created. This is the name where you given to create React app. Double click inside the folder. This is a folder structure. Now I'm going to open on the VS Code editor. See by typing the command cmd code space dot. This is a command which you open on the VS Code editor in your project. VS Code editor is a best tool for writing the uh, React code. Right. So here, this is here. All your project will be open on the VS Code editor. Now I'm going to go to the source app.js. Here, this is the basic user interface. Now let me run the React app and show you how it's look like. So how to run the React app? Here you can see here they given the instruction. So how to run the React app? You have to type the command cd. You just copy Control C to copy, paste it away, press enter key. Now you type the command npm start, press enter key. Now you can see here the React app loaded successfully. Now let's back to our project. Right, this is our project. Right. So here what I'm going to do is, this is the place where your output is displayed. Okay, this is the place you can see here. This is a place. Okay, the edit here you can src, you can see here the same thing here. You will be able to see the output. This is React logo. Now this is the main file app.js. Right. So here you can see the inside the public.html. Here you can see index.html. Right here, this is the React is a single page application. Here it's called a root. Okay, so this is how your application is running. Right now here this app.js, this is the main file. I'm going to remove these lines. Okay, let's see how the output, this logo, this import, all the things I'm going to remove it. We no need that at the moment. Just I need the hello world. So how to write the hello world? h1 header tag h1 hello world. Now you can see the output. Let's save all. Back to our browser. Here hello world is display here. The hello world is display successfully. Right? It's working. Now your project is working. The hello world is display. Whatever you can write. Hello world. Control S to save. Back to your browser here. It's working perfectly. Right. Now here where I'm going to place my components. Now I'm going to go to create the components. So select the src folder. Right click. New folder. Here I have to type the component folder. Components. Inside the component folder, I'm going to create the application as customer cred.js. Go to the app.js, the same thing. I just copy it and paste it over here. Okay, here React, you can see there will be the main one function. This function you have to export the outside. You have to write this command. Okay, each and everything you have to export outside. Right. So here, what's the name of this file? Customer cred. This function I'm going to type this as customer cred. This is a function. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. You can out it as outside. So here, this project name I am going to give it here as well. When the project is running, this goes to here. So running here first. I'll call it here. Customer cred. Customer cred. Here it successfully imported the package. Your customer cred is reside on where? Inside the component folder, there will be the file which name is customer cred. You can see here. It imported above perfectly. Right. Now let's save and run it. Now the same output you can get it. Otherwise, you can, if you check, if you have to test it again whether it's working file or not, type customer, control S, save. Now you can see the customer is working well. Right. Now what I'm going to see inside here, we have to create our application. Right. So first what I'm going to do is we have to simply what I'm going to do is first I'm going to install the bootstrap. Right. So I need a bootstrap installation. Go to a command prompt. This your project is running. I'm going to get to the another terminal here. This is your project directory here. Frontend inside here, this is a project directory. I'm going to open the another command prompt. Here I'm going to install the my dependencies one by one. First one is a npm I bootstrap. In order to connect design the bootstrap form, we have to run on this command npm I mean it stands for installation. Install bootstrap. Okay, bootstrap is a best framework for designing the web application. Okay, right. I need a bootstrap form. That's why I'm going to install the bootstrap dependency. It's called as dependencies. Right, the front end framework, we have to install the dependencies. Right. Okay. Okay, you have to wait until the process completed. Right, it's completed perfectly well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the another thing is RESTful API. I'm going to install IX EXX iOS X iOS AXIOS. This dependency we are installing the purpose of connecting the RESTful API. Here, this is the way we have to connect with front end and back end application. Okay, the RESTful API is how it works. You want to use this dependency. This is very must in React. Press enter key. You have to wait until the dependency get installed. These two dependencies are must. Right, perfect. Now let's back to our application. This is our design. What I'm going to do is I just all things instead of writing, I just copy and paste it. I will explain it. It take too much of time to complete the project. If I explain it here, simple code. This is simple code here. Okay, I just copy and Control C to copy this one. Paste it over here. I'll be explaining it. Don't worry. This one. What's the function? What's the name? Customer. I already explained customer create. When the function is there, Control C to copy. We have to export outside. This is the first thing we have done. Right. Inside this function, we have to return the codes. Right. Okay. So here this is a function. Right. You can see the since function. Okay. Here inside the return, we have to design the HTML form. Okay. So this one I'll be explaining in few minutes. First you have to here inside the return mean here we return the hello world program. So here inside the return we have created the simple table and form design. Okay, what I did here is first you have to first start with the div. Inside the div we have created the h1 arrow tag. We have to write the heading as customer details. After that we have to create the form design. Okay, so form design, we have to include the ID, customer ID, along with the hidden field. Right, I will be explained later on here. This one. So you have to consider these three fields. Okay, this field here, customer name, customer address, customer mobile. We have a three fields for the ID should be auto increment part. Okay, the edit purpose we have to using this one hidden field. So here these are three fields are there. It allow to enter the customer details, right? So the label customer name, input, form, ID customer, value we have set there. This is the value we have set it in the backend. Customer name, the same value we have set the customer name. On change event, set name. Here, why are you write this set name function? In React, we have maintained with the state. Okay, without state we can't do anything else, right? So what is the name you type on this text box? Okay, so let's let's this one executed, whether it's working fine or not. Right, is all right. The problem is here React is not Bootstrap is not loaded. That's why it's not working. I'm going to add that Bootstrap, right? So I'll be explaining. Okay. So here you can see here. If you enter the customer name over here, what is the name you have entered over here? This is the text box, which will be allowed to write this customer name. What is the text you are typed here? It will be stored inside this value here, right? Here's on change. It will be this value will be go to set name function. This name will be set name. Set name means it goes here. Set name customer name. Okay, it will be maintaining the state. Okay, how to maintain the state? Const. You have to create the data type const variable. You have to write like this. This we have to use state. Okay, the same thing address as well. Okay, the input, the label is customer address, input text form control, ID customer address, value customer address, right? What is the address you are typing on this text field? What happens is here, the same value will be stored in this variable, inside this variable, all this variable. Okay. After that, it set in this variable will be set into this function. Okay, set into function. Okay, so it's go here. Customer address set into customer address. Set address it will be correct. Same thing did in our set mobile as well. Mobile also same thing. What is the mobile you are typing here? It will be set it over here. What is the mobile number you are typing? It will be set in the set mobile. Okay. After that, we have a one button which is save. After enter all the details, hit save button. It goes to the on-click method save. Okay. So go above. I have written the separate method which is a save here. Right. So you have to type one by one. If you enter the record, you have to assign function. This is must. If you have put the await, you have to change the sign. Okay. So here you can write inside this save method. Okay, this inside the save method you can see function save. Here to pass the event. Event mean what is the purpose we are writing the event over here? Event mean when you hit the button, when you click the button, that will be the event. Okay, this is an event click. If you click the button, what happened? What happened? Okay, what is the things have to do? Okay, what is the process have to do? So here you have to event prevent default. Your default. You have to write this. Call this method. After that, then only the button will be button click event will be worked. If you are write like this, after that you have to write a try and catch block. Okay, if the code is try is working. If there is any along with the code, the catch will be worked. So I have to return inside the try and catch block or avoid function. This is the AX iOS. This is the RESTful API access dependency dot post. This is a post method. We are calling the post method. Okay, this all things we have tested through the postman in our backend application. You already show the same thing, the same URL. We have to put it over here. This is a URL where we will be saving the records, right? Localhost. This is the URL API version customer save. This is the URL is go. What is the record? Records. What is the record you are going to save? Comma. You have to put it this one. This all the things are form values. This is the database values. This is the data type. Data type means this all thing customer name, customer address, and mobile. This all the variable we have created in our backend application. This backend application we have set it into the front end application as well. This all are coming from. This is the form value. This is database. We have set it here. Database now. This is front end. Backend. Sorry. Backend values. This is the front end. Front end means here this one. So front end. This one we have set it here. The same value we have to in the backend as well. Then only if it is a different name on the backend, record will not save. Okay, the same name. What's the name you are? What is the name you are written in the backend? The same name you have to give. Otherwise, it will not work. Right. This all things are success. The name all are match with front end and back end. We have to get the message as customer registration successfully. Customer registration successfully. Okay, customer registration successfully. Okay, right. After register the customer, we have to clear the fields. If you clear the fields, how to clear the fields? This is our states. We have to this is the our functions. These functions we have to clear. So set ID clear, set name clear, set address mobile. That's how we have to clear the all things. After clear, we have to load the table. Table we haven't discussed yet. Okay, we'll see, right? So that's how we are our insert part work, right? Okay, don't worry, this all source code to provide you. After that, what I'm going to do is, this is a table. This is a table. So how to create the bootstrap table, you already know. You have a good idea how to create the tables. So this is the table we have to getting from the bootstrap. Okay, so this is a table columns, heading, customer ID, name, address, and mobile. After that, we have an option. We have an option. There are two choice. One is a edit, another one is a delete. Okay, if you will be able to edit the record and delete the record. Right. So here, first what I'm going to do is, we have to create the loop. So you have to write the customers. Customers, we have to the customer. You have to create the customer. Here you can see the customer. You have to create a customer. Okay, you have to create the variable customer is set users. You have to create like this. Okay, so this what the purpose we are writing. We have to load all the customer details from the our API. So you get all the customer map customer, right? This one, how to get this one is, you have to call the load method. Where's the load method? Is the load method. Okay, load, when the form is loaded, this load method will be loaded. The load method, we have to get the variable result, right? This is our API access. Get, if you get the get request, it goes to the front end, back end, and get this request will go to the back end, get all the customer data. It will fetch all the customer details, right, and given to the variable result. Okay, so you have to write set users. You have to set the set users, and you have to test it through the console whether it's working fine or not. Okay, we already showed this in our backend as well, how the get method works, right? We get all the customer details fetching from the database, right? The same thing. This is backend. We will get all the details from backend, right? This all data we are fetching when the form is loaded. After we are getting through here, customer is map. We have to put into this here. We have a rules. First, you are getting this one. You have to create as a plural, and another side you have to write the singular. Okay, here plural singular. Okay, you have to write here, right? Here you get the one by one customer details. What are the properties are there? Customer ID, name, customer name, address, and mobile inside this get method. Okay, that are the columns are there. That columns you have to write customer. This is a singular, customer ID, customer name, address, and mobile. We have to pass into the columns, right? After that, we have two methods, which is edit and delete, right? You have to, this one you have to call it edit customer. Delete customer. Edit customer, when you click this edit customer, it goes to the edit customer. When you click the delete customer, when you click the delete customer, this goes to the delete customer method. Right, perfect. Right, now let's explain it. Right, okay. Now before that, we install the bootstrap. We have given the style as well, bootstrap style as well. Our bootstrap is resided on, this is a path I just given here, app.js. This is a main file loaded along with the bootstrap style. When you install the bootstrap by writing the command npm I bootstrap, it will be reside on the node modules folder. Here you can see the bootstrap folder. After install that, here axos, this all the things are there. Bootstrap also you will be able to see the bootstrap. Here this bootstrap is there. Yeah, It's got it? Right. That's it. That's it. Okay. Perfect. Right. Now let's save our run the application. Here. Here thing is working. Right. Now you can see here. Now I did all the record. That's why database the tables getting blank. Right. So I'll be explaining. Right. So once you now I'll be show you already done how to save the record and load the record. Will be explained the edit and delete. So okay, first what I'm going to add the record. John India register. Why it's not working? Right, customer registration software is working. I two times I save, I delete one. Right. What happens is ID here is ID here customer name, address, and customer mobile. It saves successfully. Now what I'm going to do is here. If I click edit button, the raw record will be displayed on the form. How the process done is, you can see here we have created a separate function inside the on click edit customer. We have to load all the customer details. So here all the customer details will be this plural given to singular. All the record will be here. This is a component. This component you are passing here. All the customer record will be there. So when you click edit customer along with the module, this completely entire record will be passing to this function edit customer. Okay, now you can get all the customer name, customer address, customer mobile, and all the things. You are passing to the relevant set name, address, and mobile and variable. So it will be passing to the form. Your form name, which is what is name, customer name, address, and mobile. It is passing to the form. Which form? Yeah, this form. It passing the records. So it's called here customer name, address, and mobile along with the ID. Okay, right. After that, what I'm going to do here is we have an update button. Right, update button. Right, we have an update button. When you make the changes, click update. Now you can get the message record registration update. Right, so registration updated. So registration update. You're clear here. Right, registration updated. What you're going to do is this is the ID, customer ID. You have to type like this, customer ID. This customer ID. Okay, this is the URL where we have to update the record. You have to write first customer ID. Get the customer ID. You can write like this. First, you have to import the customer ID. You have to what is the customer ID are coming. It getting the customer ID. It update the following fields. Simply, you have to write over here. After done the stuff, all the fields should be clear. Load the tables. If there is any failure, alert message will display employee registration failed. That's it. Very simple. Right. Now I'm going to go to explain the delete customer part. How to delete the customer? When you click the delete button, customer record has been deleted, right? So what you're going to do is how to delete the customer. Delete customer. We have to get the specific ID, the primary key of the customer, right? Then only the customer we have to delete. So customer. This is a customer field. This customer. You have to get the specific field which is a customer ID. You have to get the customer ID. When you click this one, it goes to the record along with the customer ID. You have to delete customer. It get the ID. Get the ID. This is a URL. You have to write. This is a URL. What's the ID coming here? Passing to here. Now the record has been deleted. Okay. You have to pass everything here. Here, this same thing you have to, it's a delete method. Here, put method. Put mean which is if you update the record, we have used the put method. Delete method work when you delete the record. Okay, right? This in Frontend and backend they are implemented different function here. Post when you save the record, when you get the record, get. Okay, for each and every operation we have to they implement the different function, right? So after you can get the message as employee deleted successfully. After that, after get the message, your load function will be loaded. Okay, loaded and show the details, right? So that's how the CRUD implementation works. I hope you guys understood the step well. This is all the source code I provide you. Thank you for watching.